and then beyond even the shores of Ghana. But remember, this show is heavily brought to you by 22Bet. 22Bet, the home of bonuses. 22Bet, the home of bonuses. We have been sticking around 22Bet for a very, very long time, and the main reason why we are still stuck with 22Bet is all because of the bonuses that you get to be enjoying on this wonderful betting platform. I know you will not waste much time. Immediately, I am just taking off with this show. You also make sure you grab your phones and then you are downloading the app 22Bet on your phone, because if you are downloading, you stand a very good chance of winning an instant 20 Ghana cedis for free. Just sign up and you are winning 20 Ghana cedis for free. We are now open, all because of 22Bet. 22Bet. And I believe you guys will just be picking up your phones and then you'll be downloading 22Bet from your Play Store, from your App World, wherever you want to be downloading from. Please make sure you are downloading 22Bet, and then you stand a chance of winning the free bonuses on their platform. But this evening, we'll be looking into interesting conversation. If God gives us long life and we are still here in our studios, because I do not know what will be happening in the next 10 minutes. I do not have the power of time. In the next 10 minutes, if we are still here in the studios, we'll be looking into the story of the Ghana Boxing Federation. The Ghana Boxing Federation. But in the meantime, before we get to the Ghana Boxing Federation story, we will also be looking into the Confederation of African Football now taking out our privilege of hosting our AFCON qualifiers here in Ghana. Now, the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium, the only stadium that was conditionally approved by the Confederation of African Football, finally has been banned. The Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium has finally been banned by the Confederation of African Football, so there will not be any continental football at the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Why is the Confederation of African Football banning Kumasi Sports Stadium? The main reason why they are just taking the conditionally approved mandate from us, it's all because of some of the technical problems with the stadium. Our sprinklers sometimes working, sometimes not working. The underground drainage system at the main playing field, it's not working perfectly. The playing surface itself is not looking good for association football, which could honestly be harming our professional players and even the local beach players here in our country. The main reason why the Confederation of African Football have just taken out the license of Ghana using the Baba Yara Sports Stadium as our home venues anytime the Black Stars are playing their qualifiers. And this could also mean that if FC Samates and then Instructorman FC are qualifying to the group stages of the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League, it means they will also probably might not get the opportunity to play their home venues at the Kumasi, struggling in terms of financial support. And now, if they are not getting the opportunity to play their games here, and they're going to be playing their games outside Ghana, then we know what will be happening to these poor clubs that are representing our dear country Ghana in the CAF inter-club competitions. Earlier this morning, their trip to Raja Casablanca, ticket alone for the flight, it's close to about 1 million Ghana cedis, which this is very, very expensive for a club like FC Samates. So if they're not getting to be playing their home matches, we are only hoping the closure of the Baba Yara Sports Stadium by the National Sports Authority after the defeat to the Angolan national team by the National Sports Authority will actually be approved once again by the Confederation of African Football. Now, again, the closure of this stadium means that every journalist that would want to cover the Black Stars home matches would need to travel with the team outside Ghana. Even moving out from your station to Kumasi has been a problem for many media houses. Now, others are unable to even foot the bills of flights from Accra to Kumasi. how much more we are now going to be playing our games outside Ghana, let's say at the Felix Hufebuanyi Stadium in Abidjan, or we are going to the Akwa Ibom International Stadium in Nigeria. Who is going to take you to these places? Sometimes we do forget the harm that has caused us. Everybody has been affected by the ban of the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. What are you going to be telling your bosses in your office? Now, Black Stars are playing their next home game in far. Let's say, for instance, we are playing a home game in faraway Nigeria at the Akwa Ibom Stadium. You need to be flown all the way from Accra to Nigeria. It is going to be quite expensive for your bosses, and I know that because even going out of Accra to Kumasi, not everybody was able to come to Kumasi by air. How much more are we moving from Accra to a different country? So you know what this thing has caused everybody. So it's not only about the Black Stars, it's not only about the Ghana Football Association, it's not only about the National Sports Authority, but it's about all the industry players involved. It's about all the industry players involved. The main reason why we were clamoring for the National Sports Authority to honestly put their acts in order, they have to put their everything in order, but we have been clamoring on this nature of the page, the bad nature of the Baba Yara, the bad nature of the Tamale, the bad nature of the Sipon Stadium. But it seems as if it fell on deaf ears. And that's the main reason why we will all be paying for the consequences of the ban of the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I see my dear brother Ken Reginald smiling because he knows how difficult it's going to be if we are to be playing our home games in faraway Felix Hufebuanyi Stadium or at the main Olympic Stadium in Ebimpe, Cote d'Ivoire. If we are going to Cote d'Ivoire, it's not going to be easy. Even if you want to go by bus, the hours you're going to be spending on the bus, the risk involved. Even if you are going to Nigeria, everything, it's a matter for every loving Ghanaian fan. What about the supporters? Does it mean the government of Ghana would have to be busing supporters all the way outside Ghana to support our Black Stars? As Sam Sebe, think about it. All these people that have caused that to be losing our faithful Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium, they need to be held accountable for the mess caused to the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium. I'm not so sure after this, people will just be renting out the facility for religious bodies to come, and then the authority will not be covering our playing surface for us. I believe next time, maybe they will not even give it out again, because they have been giving it out with excuses that the stadium was not built for only football, the stadium was not built for only association football, but it was built for other events that the NSA can be raking in money, cash money. But now you're raking a lot of money, and then our stadium has been just banned, that we can't host any continental football there. So what happened to all the monies that we received from all these industry players that were renting the facility, the entertainment group, the religious bodies, and the other people, consumers that were also using the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium and then the Accra Sports Stadium? I believe we'll be learning our lessons, and then going forward, even if we are giving the facilities to religious bodies, we will know how to protect the playing surface not to come under this pressure again. A word to the wise will be enough. But before we take off, let me quickly give you more tidbits here. Now, the former captain of the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars, Asamoah Gyan, has also announced his decision to step away from partisan politics following his recent involvement in the political sphere. In February 2024, Asamoah Gyan was named chairman of the Youth and Sports Subcommittee for the Manifesto team of Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, the New Patriotic Party's MPP flag bearer for the upcoming 2024 elections. However, in a public statement released on September 11th, today, 2024, Asamoah Gyan outlined his vision for youth development through sports and philanthropy, emphasizing his desire to distance himself away from political affiliations. The football star turned philanthropist expressed that his primary focus is now on humanitarian work and uplifting the youth of Ghana. In a tweet that preceded his official statement, Gyan said, "I haven't been fair to the youth and the people of Ghana. Henceforth, I am not affiliated with any political party. I will continue with my humanitarian work and help the youth of Ghana in my own small way. Nothing political. I wish all the political parties a peaceful election on December 7th, 2024. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make us great and strong." Thank you. This is coming from Asamoah Gyan, the former captain of the senior national soccer team, the Black Stars. So if you can put the release by Mr. Asamoah Gyan on our Facebook page, so that our people also can know exactly what we're talking about. But you can also join us live on Facebook right about now at GuideSports. At GuideSports, you just pick up your phone and then you type in GuideSports, and then you'll be getting to following all the happenings here in our beautiful studios, Guide 91.5 FM. It's going to be an interesting show, I promised you earlier on, but this is all about Mr. Samuajan's statement that he has just moved away from partisan politics. He would rather want to be a vision for youth development through sports and philanthropy. Good show by Asamoah, and I believe everybody will just support Asamoah in his new endeavor, and then I believe other people will also just give Asamoah the needed respect and support that he would need from the new arrangement from his camp. Now, still on the tidbit. Still on the tidbit, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has also withdrawn the approval for the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi, Ghana, due to significant technical infractions, including an unsuitable playing field. Now, the decision follows CAF's inspection after the African Cup of Nations AFCON qualifying match between Ghana and the Palancas Negros of Angola on September 5th, 2024. Now, the Confederation of African Football identified several critical issues with the stadium, most notably the poor condition of the playing surface. The field had deteriorated significantly, featuring uneven surfaces, poor drainage, and inadequate grass cover, rendering it unsuitable for competitive international matches. These deficiencies were highlighted during the recent fixture, leading to CAF's decision to revoke the stadium's Category 3 status. Now, the Baba Yara Stadium, which holds over 40,000 spectators and has hosted numerous high-profile matches, including World Cup qualifiers and AFCON fixtures, no longer meets the standard required by the Confederation of African Football for international competition. In a statement, CAF expressed disappointment with the condition of the facility and urged Ghanaian authorities to invest in and in upgrading of our sporting facilities. Now, back to the the New Patriotic Party, NPP. Now, the NPP's parliamentary candidate for Esujaman Pius, Enam Hajide, has urged constituents to support his bid for office, promising to facilitate travel for local youth to the United States of America for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Speaking at a campaign event, Mr. Pius Enam Hajide highlighted his connections within the sports sector as a potential avenue for international opportunities for young Ghanaians, enabling them to travel and send remittances back home. He noted that he had previously facilitated a 16-hour trip to Australia for some individuals, suggesting that arranging a shorter 7-hour trip to the US for the World Cup would be more straightforward if he wins the election. Interesting, coming from the Member of Parliament. Mr. Enam Hajide also pledged that if the youth supported him in the election and travel opportunities arose, he would assist them in traveling to other destinations such as the United Kingdom, Germany, and France. Once again, Mr. Enam Hajide, who previously served as Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports, is no stranger to travel-related controversy. In 2017, he was implicated in the Australian visa scandal, where several individuals alleged posed as journalists to secure visas for the Commonwealth Games in Australia. Although he was initially suspended, an investigation later cleared him of any wrongdoing, and he was reinstated by the president of the land, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Mr. Pius Enam Hajide has called on the electorate to back him in the upcoming election, vowing to help them achieve their aspirations for international travel and economic opportunities. Interesting times for Ghanaian politics. December 7th is going to be one interesting day in our Ghanaian political history. And I'm still on the foreign tidbits, on the tidbits here. Now, to get approved for a CAF stadium, or let's say to get approval for a Confederation of African Football Stadium, the venue must be meeting specific requirements. And I believe you will also be wondering, what are the requirements that an association or a federation would need to be having before their stadium will be meeting the specific requirements by the Confederation of African Football. One, these are some of the key criteria that the Confederation of African Football will be looking at. One, the capacity you need to be having, the seating capacity needs to be having a minimum of 10,000 seats for CAF Confederations Cup and 20,000 for CAF Champions League. this is where Samatex and Instructorman Football Club will be having the problems. Because if the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium is closed, then if they are qualifying for the group stages, it means they will not have the opportunity to play there, because we all know the Accra Sports Stadium, it's not what the Confederation of African Football is looking for. But for the prelim games, it has been partially approved for them to be using. Now, 2, safety and security. Implement safety and security measures, including CCTV cameras, electronic access control, and emergency response plans. 3, field and pitch. There should be the natural grass or artificial turf that meets FIFA standards with a minimum size of 100 by 64 meters. Now, 4, with lighting, flat lighting with a minimum intensity of 1,200 lux for CAF Champions League and 800 lux for CAF Confederations Cup competitions. Now, 5, media and broadcasting. Dedicated areas for media, including a press conference room and facilities for both television broadcasting. 6, player and team facilities. There should be the adequate dressing rooms, showers, and medical facilities. 7, spectator facilities. There should be that comfortable seating, concessions, and sanitation facilities. Now, 8, accessibility. Compliant with accessibility standards for people with disabilities. This is where I have a problem with both the Kumasi and the Accra Sports Stadium. For the Accra Sports Stadium, I think the seating area for the disabled is not something so welcoming, because there used to be a lift that will be just carrying the disabled onto the VIP stand of the Accra Sports Stadium, but it is not more in use. It is no more in use. When you go to the Accra Sports Stadium, maybe you've not seen it. Before you climb up the staircase to Tegus area, on the left-hand side, like you're climbing to the media stand, there is a lift there, Reggie. There is a lift there. It's a small, or let's say it's a mini lift, but because it's not been in use for a very long time, you will not think it's a lift, but it was built there to help the disabled spectators to just get themselves carried to the VIP area to have a comfortable place. You know, when you go to Tegus area, you can just sit behind the last seating area of the stadium where we stand. So the disabled will be sitting there, so they also can be getting the game and enjoy them. But what happens now? We stand there because the stadium gets full, and then we block the disabled from getting to enjoy their football, which is not so good. This is not a disabled-friendly facility. Do you understand? And since 2008 that we were seeing it working, I don't know the last time that thing got spoiled, but I believe it's been non-functioning for a very long time, because if you see the dust on that thing, then nobody should tell you it's been off for years now. Now, 9, they spoke about environmental considerations. Now, implement sustainable practices and waste management. 10, certification. Obtain certification from the Confederation of African Football and FIFA after an inspection. Please note that this requirement might be subject to change, and it's essential to consult with the Confederation of African Football and relevant authorities for the most up-to-date information. So we have a long way to go if we really want to get back our Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium to be hosting a lot of big games in our dear country. Now, the Confederation of African Football CAF has also appointed Ghanaian referees for the Confederation of African Football CAF Champions League match between APRFC Rwanda with Pyramids FC from Egypt. The Ghanaian quartet includes Daniel Ni Ayi Lai as the center referee for the match, Mr. Kwesi Achampon Brobe, and then Seth Ableto as the assistant, with Charles Benley Bulu as the fourth official for the big game. Mike Letty from Uganda is the commissioner for the match, with Ali Mohammed Ahmed of Somalia as the referee assessor. The game will be played on Saturday, September 14, 2024 at the Amahoro Stadium in Kigali, Rwanda. If you can remember, the stadium that hosted Nigeria and against the Rwandan national team is what will be hosting APRFC Rwanda against Egypt's Pyramid FC. I don't know whether this is the team that Richmond Lamte plays for. APR, Reggie. Yes. Yeah, I think it's the team that Richmond Lamte plays for. Yes, Kotoko's former player.
Former Wafa captain Kotoko.
Sure.
Central midfielder.
So that is the team, right?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll just be monitoring that game because there's a Ghanaian player in there. So the interest will be more about our Ghanaian referees and then our Ghanaian player, Richmond Lamte. Still on the CAF Confederations Cup or the CAF Interclub who officiate this weekend's CAF Confederations Cup match between Rokinzo FC of Burundi and CS Sfaxien of Tunisia. Roland Nidodu Adi and Theophilus Aberanga Akugre are his assistants for the game, with Reginald Collins Amwa as the fourth official. The match commissioner for the game is Mbaruk Suleiman Othman from Zanzibar, Jean-Claude Labros from Seychelles as the referee assessor. The match will be played on Sunday, September 15th, 2024 at the Stade Taib Mihiri Fax in Tunisia. I think this is good news for Ghanaian refereeing, because we've been complaining about the officiating in our country. But if we are getting about 5-6 Ghanaian referees to be on the international duties, I think this should be celebrated. And we're not about celebrating, but we should be proud of them. That's it.
That's not bad. And I also think, as you said earlier on, we should be proud of it. Gone are the days we used to have Foster Ukampa and other referee officiating in CAF Champions League and African Cup of Nations and stuff. So it's good. The last time one of our referee, there was a grand finale match between Esperance of Tunisia and Nadi El Hali, and there was a big shams around one of our referees, and since then we've not been given the opportunity. So I'm glad this time around we have our referees going for international matches.
So these are good times for Ghanaian football. If you're having these referees being invited to officiate the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. Referee Daniel Niailai will be the center referee when APR FC Rwanda will be playing against Pyramid FC of Egypt, and he will be assisted by Mr. Kwesi Achampo Brebe and then Brobe and then Seth Ableto as his assistants, with Charles Benley Bulu as the fourth official. Elsewhere in the CAF Confederations Cup, the match between Rokinzo FC of Burundi and CS Sfaxien of Tunisia, our very own Roland Nidodu Adi and then Theophilus Aberanga Akugre are going to be officiating the game, with Reginald Collins Amwa as the fourth official. Anytime I mention the name Reginald, Reggie finds himself, am I calling him to be officiating the game? But Reggie, this is not your namesake, Reggie. This is a different Reggie.
Sure.
And now, still on the tidbits, Glorious Hearts of Folk board have expressed their displeasure following the team's sloppy start to the 2024-2025 Ghana Premier League campaign. Now, the Phobians suffered defeat in their the opening Ghana Premier League game against the newcomers Baseke Holy Stars. The game played at the Accra Sports Stadium saw Baseke Holy Stars beat the Ghanaian Giants at their own backyard on Sunday. Now, Prince Triniboa's goal was enough for the visitors to secure the maximum points in the much-anticipated clash. The board is demanding a respectable result in the next 5 games from the Ivorian tactician. They take a decision about his future if things go as expected. Hearts of Oak will be traveling to Kwando to face Kwando Heart of Lions in the match day 2 of the Ghana Premier League. But now, news coming in that the head coach has been given an ultimatum in the next 5 games. The club has just come out to disband the news that they are putting 5-game ultimatum to their head coach Abubakar Ouattara. So to that effect, the management of Hearts of Oak have just issued a notice to all media houses and to the general public. So I would want to just read the club notice coming from management of Hearts of Oak, so you also take note that the news that Abubakar Ouattara has been given a 5-game ultimatum or he will be sacked from the club, it's not true. This is false. So now, this is coming from Hearts of Oak's management, dated 11th September 2024. The subject of this communique is fake report. Accra Hearts of Oak board issues 5-game ultimatum to coach Abubakar Ouattara. The management of Hearts of Oak Sporting Club, Accra Hearts of Oak Sporting Club, would like to emphasize and notify all of our stakeholders and the general public that reports making rounds on some media outlets that head coach Abubakar Ouattara has been given a 5-match ultimatum is entirely false and fabricated and should therefore be discarded as such. The management and the supporters leadership NCC issued a communique employing all Phobians to throw their unflinching support behind the team as we go into the new football season to ensure that our collective interest of achieving success is met, and this is firmly on course despite the setback in match day 1. Once again, we use this opportunity to call upon all phobians not to let such negative write-ups and comments from a section of the media and individuals who do not have our interests at heart to divide our front, but remain united and let our support count. Coach Abubakar Ouattara, his technical team and players deserve our support, which is paramount to our resolve to achieving success. We therefore urge all media outlets to verify all information they receive on the club before going public to avoid spreading falsehood. Signed, House of Folk Management. So this is a great intervention coming from the management of Hearts of Folk, because the news was spreading like bushfire earlier on in the day that Coach Abubakar Ouattara has been given a 5-match ultimatum, or else he will be sacked from Hearts of Folk. But thank God that Hearts of Folk's officials have also come out to debunk the story and made us all believe that there's nothing of that sort, or to put pressure on their head coach Abubakar Ouattara. So we just have to leave it here with the tidbits. But back to the studio, let me quickly introduce to you my guest here properly in the studios. He goes by the name King Reginald. King Reginald, everybody knows King Reginald. He's been around the sporting space for a very, very long time. Notably, you'll be seeing more on Asempa 94.7 FM. But today, we have just invited King Reginald to also come here, and as we continue to find antidote to the last chap performance from our senior national team, the Black Stars, and the Confederation of African Football banning the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium from all continental games here in Ghana. What it means for Ghana football, the pros and cons of all this situation now. Ken Reginald, who has been around football for a very long time, it's here to also help us move into deep into this conversation. And if we have much more time, we'll be talking boxing here in our studio. But if you're unable to get to the boxing, maybe tomorrow is another day. We can honestly be going into a boxing. Good evening to you, Reginald.
Good evening, B.O.B.
When you're Bibi,
I don't need more bro, no.
Thank you. Reggie, it's been long since I met you, and I'm so glad that when we invited you today, you have just honored our invitation. I'm so glad for top person like you to be part of the show this evening.
Sure. I'm also happy to be here. It's my first time, and I'm impressed with say all go around a program now.
Wow.
I think with time, you'll be one of the best.
Thank you, my brother.
It's not my first time of listening to you.
Okay.
But it's my first time of coming here.
Sure, I know that.
And I must say, you have improved a lot.
Thank you.
From B.O.B. Much more room for improvement.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Reggie.
No mention,
Reggie, so this evening we'll be looking into, first of all, we have to just deal with the latest story in town. The Confederation of African Football banning the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium and what it means to Ghana football. We have been speaking against the quality of the Baba Yara Sports Stadium pitch, and it seems as if our authorities, they took things lightly, and now this is where we are. The Confederation of African Football, after watching our game against the Palancres of Negres of Angola, deemed it necessary to just close or just to take the conditionally approved mandate from Ghana, and then now we have to look elsewhere for the Black Stars' next home game come October 2024. Now, Reggie, when this news came in earlier on this morning, how did you take the news? Were you surprised, or you realized that this thing was something that we needed? We needed this information long time, because a lot of people are so happy that the stadium has been closed. We're forgetting the repercussions on even media men and supporters.
Well, good evening to our listeners, and I must say I was much happy when I got the news this morning. B.O.B.
Yes, sir.
It's been long overdue. Say your national team, your various stadia. From Kumasi, Accra, Takrade, Tamale, and other stadiums, you better take proper care of such stadiums. Before say the National Sports Council, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the Ghana Football Association in general, the business aspect of Jumano, Ayomode saying, the development of the game and in the progression of Ghana football. I'm not surprised. So we share for the past 5-6 years, senior Niyama editorial your football ni more. And young one say in Sembi say atoye. Before say your leaders omu leadi you know. One, omu ni vision at the Ghana football in general. Yes, sports in general our country ni nyina no. Before say your ni vision biya at the mano. So at you say.
Yeah.
And each check amount of money National Sports Council for ninya edify various companies and as a various programs omo year was stadium honum no mo jai stadium mo JJ mu atwen abdi ababedu baby a ho sisi ni de a na me for say emu odwerem kakra. This is the time before say senka government emma head to roll because Ghana football, the pedigree of Ghana football in Africa, even worldwide, no. And ya dear, yes, easy, sir. Na niema yempeni fobi be ye eja hoko ye. I say ya bonhu baino. Ya tune JJ mua niema eko basasa. Me for say bad. The Ghana sports in general. It's not about our football alone. Share Kwakra Sports Stadium. This time around, at least, and come to me be training. I will hold those days 100 meters. Any idea no. Nina I stop it.
Because they've just taken off the tartan tracks. It's normal.
Tracks and you'll be.
It's normal.
I know Omodia Balegon Stadium. Before say no crampone this year ya. And I at least no. Omenya saw opportunity need training or Legon Stadium and Legon. Caretakers of the stadium are also demanding say if you are coming to train, then you must make sure say you do the needful thing, and it's all about paying before you get access to the stadium to go and train. And it's embarrassing. It's so pathetic for Ghana sports in general. Baby, I do our football mu your sports in general as far back 1968. Now you winning medal our Olympics and the Commonwealth. What happened? Then it tells you say our leaders are not helping. Our leaders in sports in general are not helping at all. Omama bibia concerning your sports in general is very bad. It's very bad. Bob is very bad. Me for say if authorities, those in charge of the country, leaders above, don't put their feet on the ground and put measures in place. Those in charge of your sports, there will be nothing to write home about.
Now that we've just been asked not to play our games here, it is going to affect the team. It is going to affect the media. It is going to affect supporters. It's going to almost affect everybody involved now. And now, do you think the closure of the stadium after our game against the Palancres Negres will be able to meet the standards that the Confederation of African Football will be requiring when we come back in October for the next qualifiers? Do you feel we'll be able to meet up with the standards that they are requiring?
Which I am not sure of. But it all depends on construction work and how
I'm a condition pitch,
on the condition pitch, because the last game the pitch was so bad to the extent say even the Angolans were finding it difficult to control ball.
Sure.
And our own half area where we consider the goal, the penalty area. It was so bad. It was so bad. If I was in Ivory Coast with you for the AFCON
2023.
AFCON
2023, but it was played in 2024.
Okay, 2023, but it was played in
2024. Yeah.
Yes, and we were at Philippe
Osei
Stadium. We went to Alassane Ouattara International Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
Personally, I went to Boaké.
Okay.
To check their stadium, and I went there for a particular match. I forgot about that match, but then I was like, wow, a second substandard stadium can be built like this with full capacity, over 4,500 capacity. Everywhere was full, and you could see, the pitch, everything at the stadium was in order. What is happening to Ghana? If you talk about African football, yes, I know Cote d'Ivoire are forced to work on it, but then your pedigree, our African football and worldwide football, no, and your Cote d'Ivoire same. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You compare us to Egypt, El Hali, Nigeria, and stuff. Do you get it? By this time around, all these countries are bypassing us, one after the other. And check our history, even in the Confederation Cup, in the Champions League. And no crumple there is West. And no can one my stadiums no ababedi say ababedu baby edu ni se no, because we don't play those competition here. We don't get to the money zone. We only go to the preliminary stage. When we are knocked out, we come and sit down. The Confederation of African Football, anytime they comes to, we go to Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and we've been playing our matches at Baba Yara Sports Stadium. And the question that I was asking the last time was, what happened to Cape Coast Sports Stadium? The stadium that we spent huge amount of money to put up. What is happening? We just built that stadium not more than 6 years ago. So what is actually happening to the Cape Coast Sports Stadium? What is happening to secondly Supon Stadium? What is going on at Takwa TNA Park? Just 2 weeks ago, the Minister of Youth and Sport with the GFA couple and the football people all went to Takwa to inaugurate the Takwa TNA Park. So what happened to the Takwa TNA Park? Can't we be playing our home matches over there for the meantime, so that we will be able to gather ourselves, quickly put things in place, Kumasi and Accra, to make sure we get a standard stadium. Going outside the country will come with a huge cost. I think it will be very difficult task for us.
It will be, but Reginald, to just set the record straight, the TNA Park cannot host the Black Stars matches because it's got a lot of requirement that it needs to be meeting, even with the road network. You cannot be flying teams from Accra to Takoradi and not be traveling on road to that journey. You know, the road to Takwa, it's not all too good. So for the TNA there, we just have to leave it for our local league. Even with the club license here, they are also even conditionally approving it because of the lack of the fencing around the sitting area. So for the Takwa TNA pitch, we have to just leave it there. But for the Cape Coast Sports Stadium, I think it's one thing I want to agree with you, because we were using it. We were using it for some time.
That was why we played South
Africa before getting to play Nigeria.
Yes.
In that playoff.
Yes.
That was when we beat South Africa by a goal to nil.
Yeah, goal to nil.
We beat Ethiopia there.
Yes.
We beat a couple of teams there.
Sure.
We played some games there.
Lesotho
were there.
Yes. We played Lesotho. We played South Africa.
I think Sudan.
We played Sudan too.
Sudan too was there.
Yes.
South Africa too came there.
Yes.
As I believe we should probably try to get the stadium back in shape, so that at least when Kumasi is being used for some time, we can just close it down and then concentrate on the maintenance of the pitch, and then we go to
Cape Coast. That was the main reason why they put up that stadium.
Hey, but look at our people. We went there, and then it's not in good shape again.
Matches, when we are playing at Kumasi or Accra, and we need a third stadium or a third this thing, we'll go to Cape Coast Stadium. So what is actually happening? We need to be asking those questions. These are legitimate questions that FA, the National Sports Council, the Ministry of Youth and Sport should be answering. Do you get it? I think with our sports in general, things have been very bad. We went to the Olympics game, there was nothing. We only went and spent money, threw money away, and we came back empty-handed. Our football too have been, it's very serious. The Black Starlets, they've not been able to qualify for African Youth Championship, World Cup for the 3 consecutive time, under 20, under 23, the local blasters, the senior blasters, the women under 17, under 23. It's serious. It's serious. And if we don't put things in place, those basic stuffs, those basic things, infrastructure like training facilities, stadium to be playing matches, then where are we going as a country? Where are we going? As far back 1963, we were winning African Cup of Nations. As far back 1982, we were winning African Cup of Nations. What actually happened? Where are we going as a football nation? When you talk about African football, BOB, you can't mention 5 countries in Africa without Ghana. See, as far back 1986, Roger Miller was playing in Mexico 86 World Cup, and he was asked by a journalist. They did war, and he thinks 1990 when they come back, they will be able to get to the semi-final. I said, no. There is a country called Ghana. Wait for them. Watch out for them. When they come, they will prove the whole wide world wrong. They are African Brazil. That is as far back 1986. Oh, when Roger Miller was playing for the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, he scored against Bulgaria. He scored against Argentina. And after the game, a journalist was asking him that question. It tells you how other African countries rate us. I had the opportunity to have one-on-one interview with Kalusha Bwala, the former Zambian international.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed how he rates and the way he was rating our country Ghana on the football map, football stage. And as a sudden, look at how things have deteriorated to the extent say we can't even get a stadium to play our CAF matches. It's so bad, B.O.B. It's so bad.
It's so bad. But Reginald, others are also of the view that we are where we are now as a result of some people trying to just post negative stories from our country. If we are just kept mute, probably we will not be where we are now. And do you believe journalists posting the bad nature of the pitch, talking about the bad nature of the pitch, and making the rest of the world know that our pitch was not so good? Can we be putting the blame on our media, or it is something that we actually needed the ban so we can actually be working well?
Absolutely no. From my view, absolutely no. What is the job of the journalist? What is the job of the media guys? Are they saying the media guys should come and post on true stuffs on social media, or they should come and discuss things that are not true at their various network or other this thing? It's not that here nor there. That is not the work of a journalist. The journalist's job is to be truthful and let the public or the worldwide know what is actually going on.
Sure.
And I must say, I'm not even impressed with how some of our senior journalists have handled this administration. I mean the National Sports Council and the Ghana Football Association. They've been too lenient with them. I must
you think
say,
so?
Yes. That is from my own observation.
Observation, okay.
Yes, that is my own observation. I think the previous administration of Kwesi Nyantakyi, the way we used to hammer Kwesi Nyantakyi,
it's not the same.
Things we said about Kwesi, we are not doing the same here. I'm being real with you. Maurice Kwanzaa, Chasos Sibe, Kofi Asari Brakun, OB of Asempa FM, Kwame Sefakain, other senior journalists in this country, things that they said about Kwesi Nyantakyi, things that they were doing against Kwesi Nyantakyi, those people, as a sudden, after Kwesi Nyantakyi administration, have lost their voice. Can you imagine? They've lost their voice. Now, GuideSports don't write anything about Ghana football, how we are declining. Every day is different stories altogether. They are not bringing the actual picture on the ground, and it's serious for our football and for our nation in general. I'm being real with you. When Countryman Songo those days used to hammer Kwesi, a whole lot of stuff. Now things have changed totally. B.O.B. Things have changed. It seems this current administration is like a saint to them. And watch, in the history of our football, for the past 3 consecutive years, we've not qualified for Olympics game. We've not qualified for Under 20 World Cup. And nobody have issue with it. Everybody is okay. All the senior journalists are okay.
Are you sure? Were you in the country when they held the demonstration? There was a demonstration against the Football Association.
And who was part of this?
Dan Kwekuebo was part. Sadiq Adams was part. Countryman Songo was part. Collins Atapoku was part. So which people
I
do
mentioned
you want?
name.
But
I mentioned
you see,
senior most journalists, and I did mention Sefakain. And I did mention Maurice Kwanzaa, the head of graphic sports communication, and Sami Hewud Okai, General One, my own friend Gary
Al
Smith and co. You see, we need to keep the FA on its toes. We need to keep the ministry and the National Sports Council on their toes to get the best out of them. It's not embarrassing. I had a call from a friend in Kenya, Makumend, called me this morning. Reginald, I said, yes, my friend. How are you? I said, I'm good. I hope you too. I said, no, I'm not good at all. I said, what is happening? Is there any problem in Kenya? He said, no, the problem is in Ghana. Why Ghana, big country, win AFCON, win under 20 World Cup. You don't have any facilities to play African Cup of Nations qualify. It's so embarrassing. I was like, wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is Aaron Makomeno from All African Sports Ventures Group calling and asking this question. If you were to be in my shoes, what would you have said? What would you have said? Would you lie? It's true. We don't have the facilities. Kumasi Sports Stadium is substandard. It's not up to. Accra Sports Stadium is not even up to Confederation Cup matches, group stages. What is going on as far as our sports is concerned? My brother, it's very serious. And it is time stakeholders come on board. I have said this and I'm stating it categorically. We need to have a stakeholders forum. BOB. We need a national sports forum so that everybody will go and view their destiny. We come together to restructure our game from the basic level. Else it will be difficult. 5-10 years to come. Trust me. Our national teams, our athletes, our boxers, our weightlifters will find it extremely difficult to qualify for competitions again. This is what we are seeing with the Blasters. This is what we are seeing with the National Under 17 and others. Obi.
Reggie, talking about we now receiving the banning on the usage of the Baba Yara Sports, don't you think it's actually a blessing in disguise? Because we have been calling for good pitch for our players. We went to Berkane in Morocco. Unfortunately, we had a good pitch, but we were unable to turn up. But don't you think if we are going to the Felix Ofebwani or Akwa Ibom Stadium in Nigeria, our staffs might be able to honestly just string their passes together beautifully and we'll be getting the results devoid of any pressure coming from our own fans.
Are you sure? You were in Ivory Coast.
I'm just asking. I was in Ivory Coast.
We played against.
But that was a different tourney. This is about qualifying.
Go to the history against our football history against Angola. Check our football history against Niger. Even Swaziland gave us tough time here. We find it difficult to break the back four of Swaziland. Not any team, Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, Angola. Can you imagine Angola beating Ghana at their own backyard, Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium? The last time we lost at Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium was against South Africa. That was 2000 AFCON, when we co-host with Nigeria. It was Siam Bongo Nomventi and Sean Bartlett. Yeah. Those two guys combined and got that goal against us. Richard Kingston and Sami Kufuor was caught ball watching, and Sam Johnson also did not anticipate Mobilele Mobizila flicking in that ball to Bartlett. But then, let's come back to the basic this thing again, my brother. We got to Morocco, Berkane Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
You saw the stadium.
Yeah.
You saw the pitch. Was it bad?
Not.
Why were you not able to pass the ball around, control the tempo, dictate the pace of the game, marshal our boys from the flank, quick cross, and just split Niger and get the needed results? Why were we not able to do that? Our boys are self-centered. They don't think about Ghana. Yes, those boys, they are not patriotic boys. Yes, majority of them.
Majority of them.
Yes, they are not patriotic. Players like Thomas Taypate, he's not patriotic.
Thomas Taypate.
Thomas Taypate.
The standing captain.
The standing captain. I'm stating it to you. What has been Thomas Taypate's listing with the Blasters of Ghana? Apart from getting that needed goal against the
Nigeria.
Super Eagles in Abiola International Sports Stadium, what has he done for Blasters again? He is always a near passenger. If I were to be a coach of Blasters it would have been the last time Thomas Partey is being invited to the Blasters of Ghana. Else, there must be agreement. When he comes, he work harder than what he is doing. He play like the way he is playing for Arsenal. If not so, forget about Thomas Partey. We have young guys in this country who can play better than what Thomas Partey is doing. It's true that I'm telling you. Are you telling me the guy wearing the 4 GC for the Blasters of Ghana, Vincent Atinga, cannot play better than that boy? Vincent Atinga will bring presence.
Who was wearing the 4 GC? Abdul Mumin?
Yes,
Abdul Mumin Suleiman.
Yes, the former Right to Dream
academy player.
Captain.
Defender, yeah.
Mumun. I've always known him. I keep saying we are not calling the right material into our various national teams.
But no, Reginald, you are raising a very interesting topic now for discussion. When Otuado was appointed back again as our head coach, he's made it clear that he only wants to call players that are playing competitive football. Don't you think these players are the rightful players for our head coach to be inviting them? Because
you are playing competitive football.
If you are talking about Abdul Mumin, he's been playing active football.
Week in, week out. And such a top level, you come and commit such blunder here.
They attributed the blunder to the poor nature of the playing surface.
What's poor nature? So what happened in Morocco when the Sosa got the equalizing goal for Niger too? Was it the pitch as well? Our back four, our players are not committed. Our boys are not committed. Gone are the days we have committed boys. John Pinto wanted to do something for himself. Adukwe Papa wanted to raise his this thing. Do you get it?
Yeah.
John Mensah, Eric Ado, Isaac Vosa, Jonathan Mensah, by then they were hungry for success. These boys are not hungry for success. These boys fools, they are doing Ghana favor when they come and play for the Blasters of Ghana. And you see, this is the time we must start cutting them off. We must start proving to them, say, they need Ghana to survive at their various clubs. This is the time we must be able to stamp our authority on the ground and make decisions. Decisions that will go a long way to progress Ghana football. If not so, we will retrogress again. We are going back. B.O.B. See, maybe you have no idea. I've been in this system for a very long time. Been with Kumasi Connect Babies, Dia, Awal Muhammad, Kufuria Manchester United, came to coach Mighty Victory, brought Emmanuel Kolote, moved to Kinarison, Samuel Afum, Ajaglo Carlos, Georgian Ampa, and Kama. I've been in the system for a very long time.
I know that, Reggie.
And I must say, for the past 5-6 years, our football is retrogression.
The decline is huge.
Yes, the decline is huge. Come to the coast level. Come to Inafa Park. Come and check what is going on in Inafa Park. Go to Dansoman 1 and 2 Park. Go and see what is going on. Go to Padua Park. Go to Accra ATTC Park. Go to Cowling Park. Go and see what is going on.
Is the Karikari still in usage?
Yes, Karikari, for some time now, I was told the government wanted to build an AstroTurf. And we are still waiting. I have problem with even government building AstroTurf at those pitches. When you build AstroTurf, the young boy, 12, 13, 8 years, you are preventing that boy from getting access to the park to go and exhibit his God-given talent. So he will build upon the talent. When you get the AstroTurf down, you are expecting them to come and pay 400 Ghana CD. B.O.B. Where is those 12, 11, 8, 9 years old boy going to get 400 Ghana to go and pay and play a match for 2 hours? Be fair. Let's face reality on the ground. There is no need for those AstroTurfs. There is no need for them. I'm being real with you. You are preventing the boy from getting access to the pitch. Obi, that is the fact on the ground. I've been in this game for quite a long time. I'm a developer. I'm a license D this holder. I've coached Mighty Victory. I've coached Connect Baby. I've coached Manchester United at the juvenile level. Now, when you get to the juvenile level, everything is not in order. Our course football even is not competitive. People manipulate the system to get their club to the top. That is why we are not getting quality players into our various national under 17 teams.
And who is supposed to be getting as the quality players? Is it going to be the mandate of the FA or the
It's the
coach?
FA. It's the FA.
How is that the FA?
You see?
Because we want a coach to be having no interference, and you want the FA to be interfering
I'm not
in
saying
player
the
selection.
FA should select players for our various national teams. The FA can get our coach level much competitive to get boys.
Do you know the KGF Foundation Juvenile League is currently ongoing?
KGF Foundation Juvenile League.
And they've been playing for some time.
Going on where? Why is he going on?
The FA has just revived the Juvenile League and it's been going
Are
on.
you talking about the regional youth championship that they recently played in
No, about that. Apart from the original youth champion they played recently.
there is nothing good to write about the KGL coach championship. What is the motivation on that KGL juvenile youth championship? My brother, the boys need to be motivated. Those days, Fatal, Ken Harrison, there were much motivation. Now there is nothing like that on the ground. See, those times, that was how we were able to produce Michael Essien from Mighty Victory, Asamoah from Sidap.
Yeah.
That was how we were able to produce John Mensah and Co., John Pintel and Co. See, let's face the reality on the ground. Our football have declined, and KGL can't do anything about it. We should be doing this thing at the middle youth championship, at the senior high level, VACO championship. Let's bring those things back. Let's go to the corporate body. Tell them, say, you are coming to open a company in this country. You make sure, say, you take over our national under 12. You sponsor under 12. You sponsor district. You go to the zonal. You go to the regional youth championship. If not so, then we are not giving you the license. Let's go to MTN. Without MTN, your corporate social responsibility is to take over our regional U17 championship. You pump money there, else we are closing your company down. If you don't agree, pack your package, leave the country and go. Do you get it? You think why is Ivory Coast, Morocco getting it now? They realized they were not doing it. Any company, oil company, in Morocco, they are in charge of sporting activity, either football, athletics, or this thing. Go to Egypt, the same thing. But here,
there's a deliberate attempt.
Yes, deliberate attempt to make sure you bring them into it, because they realized some time ago their game were declining, and they put measures in place. My brother, okay, I'm even calling Morocco and this thing. Let's go to Kenya. Just Kenya here. Go and see Goma here. Go and see Goma here. Go and see Casper FC. Go and see Tosca. Go and see Tosca. What they are doing over there. That is how they can go to Tanzania and go and beat Tanzania in the AFCON qualify.
Yeah.
It's serious, it's pathetic.
Reggie, before we leave, let me quickly try to ask one or two before we wrap up and leave this to you, because our time is almost up. Reggie, now, Otu Ado. You see the problem now with the Black Stars?
Hey, he's part of the problem.
How is he part of the problem?
Otuado is not there yet. He's not there yet. Yes, tactically.
A man who qualified us to the World Cup.
Oh, you see, our qualification to the World Cup, all hands was on decks, including opposition, including anyone else who was involved in football, because it was against Super Eagles of Nigeria. We have that rivalry with Nigeria. I myself, I wanted us to beat Nigeria because of my friends and staff. We wanted that bragging right. So everybody in that matter in football, all hands was on decks. And after Nigeria, what has happened? We have been knocked out by Mozambique, Capo Verde, and other staffs. Do you understand? It's been very bad. Obi, it is so bad to the extent, say, if we don't put proper and articulate proper measures in place, we will be found wanting. And it will happen like the way it happened in Ivory Coast, Cape Verde and Mozambique beating us and knocking out of African Cup of Nations group stage. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine we being knocked out by Mozambique. Hey, not any other country. Mozambique.
But they are big. Mozambique. They are big.
What is the pedigree of Mozambique in African football? Oh, Bob. Let's be fair to ourselves. The pedigree of Mozambique in African football.
They come
The pedigree
Ghana.
of Cape Verde in African football. Maybe Egypt, we held them to draw.
Yeah, we drew 2-2 with Egypt.
Yes. But Cape Verde and Mozambique, Adabraka, Oman Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah Ghana nini. Ohini Jan Ghana nini. Sambu Batla, MND Jawula, Oman Ghana nini. We should be fair to ourselves. Our big men in charge, or those who are in the helm of affair, they are failing, they are disappointing us, and our next generation will pay for it. That is the truth on the ground.
Reggie, I think we just have to leave it here. But in our next qualifiers, we are going again next month. Between the 10th to the 14th of October, the Black Stars will be in action again. Which players are you expecting the head coach to invite that he didn't get to invite them in our last games? Which players do you want to see?
B.O.B.
Yeah.
With player selection there, no problem with Brio. And me know tia se sia no. Names are a wo mebo body amount no. Me pese yebenya so opportunity we be. So at yasin.
Yeah.
Na ya tena se, na ya go in deep more.
So you want us to do this tomorrow? If you be available, we can do this tomorrow.
I have a program at Tamani Town Park tomorrow.
Okay.
And there is a game at Alajo Park early in the morning, 6 a.m. before going to Tamani Town Park.
You are doing well.
And tomorrow will be a bit difficult. It will be too distant for me.
Maybe we can do a schedule for Saturday morning.
No.
Okay, sure, no problem. All right, so Reggie, we just have to leave it here. Thank you so much for passing through. I really, really appreciate your time. God richly bless you for passing through, because you have a lot of experience in terms of juvenile football, as well as the other football that we play in around our dear country, Ghana. Saturday morning is going to be a deal. We will start at 8 o'clock here in the studios, and then we'll be running to 10 in the morning. We call that show kickoff. So my other colleagues will be here. Felix Romack will be here. Stephen Kwekwa Asari Vapor will be around. Francis Agbechi will also be around. So it's going to be an action-packed show. We'll be looking into all these stories coming up from last Monday, Tuesday, and then today. We'll be running through all the stories. The ban of the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium will be part of the agenda. The way forward for the Black Stars, way forward for the National Sports Authority. What will be the problem of the Black Stars? What are the problems of the Black Stars? Is it about coaching, or we should just leave it on the nature of the playing surface here in Ghana? But a lot of people wouldn't want to be believing that, because of what happened last Monday at Faraway Stade Municipal in Bekan, Morocco. Because we saw one of the best pitches the Black Stars played on in a very long time, and once again they failed to glitter. Even when we went to Cote d'Ivoire, Reggie, after our first game against, I think our first game was against Cape Verde or so.
Yes.
And we lost that game painfully. 3-2. Yes, we lost painfully at the depth of that match. And I stayed up at the stadium together with Felix Romack to about 2 a.m. And we saw the groundsmen busily working on the pitch. As of 2:30 a.m. that we were leaving to our hotel, they were still on the pitch treating.
But I was there with you at the
Sure.
So met me around 11 and he says, Reggie, now what the man say,
you understand? But after the referee blows his whistle, quickly we put off the spotlights and everybody leaves the stadium, and that's all. We careless. And the stadium will be there till about maybe the next time we have league matches.
But we have people like Zoom Lion and Co. that we pay them.
But that would be very unfair, because we will not have the facts about the arrangement with the company that you mentioned. So we just have to leave it there.
Okay, I understand.
You understand?
I understand.
We cannot be mentioning companies
yes,
that
I understand. But we have people that
so we can say
that
the NSC, they have the maintenance department.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They have the works and maintenance department that would have to be taking care of the stadium.
But BOB.
And they have a groundsman as well.
Yes,
you can just leave it there.
The last Wednesday, the last Sunday, I went to watch Hasselhoff and
Vision?
No, the Holy Star.
Sunday, last Sunday.
Just
Sunday.
Yes.
From 4 days ago.
Yes,
so,
just Hasselhoff, this recent Hasselhoff match. And the seat at the stadium, I was like, wow. So do we have people that keep this place clean? Because I know there is maintenance and those stuffs at the National Sports Council. So what is going on? I used a handkerchief. When I wiped the distance, it was like...
I know what you are talking about, because anytime you go to our various sports stadium, the seats are so dirty.
And every day we have maintenance and cleaners working, coming in and out. What are they doing? What are they doing?
People need to get the definition of their job outlines. The main reason why we are where we are
People are collecting money
and they are not working.
They are not working.
Until we change our attitude, Reggie, we'll struggle.
Charlie,
we'll not be watching the Blasters on TV because
Ghana, mother Ghana.
Hold your breath, Reggie. Take heart. We'll do this thing again on let's say Saturday morning.
Sure.
It's a deal, so we'll do this thing again. All right, guys. Yeah, this has been an interesting conversation with King Reginald, one of our own here on GuideSports Xtra on a Wednesday evening. But remember, this show is heavily brought to you by 22Bet. 22Bet, the home of bonuses. 22Bet. They have just announced their June 22 promo. It's rolling leaking and it's packed full of excitement. Sign up and instantly you're winning 20 Ghana cedis for free, which you can also be using to play more on the platform. That's not all the goodies just yet. You also stand a very good chance of winning a Gangan 200% bonus on your initial deposit, which can be used for all sports games. Now, to blow your mind even more, your second deposit guarantees you a further 100% bonus for extended casino play. Remember, 22Bet is the home of bonuses. The 22Bet J22 promo is on. Switch to win. Switch to the platform crafted by bettors for bettors. Our promo code name still remains Guide, GUIDE. And remember, here on 22Bet, we bet to play and we definitely betting to win. Guys, remember that the 7 Corporate Football League will come off again on the 28th of this month, 28th September. Team Guide Radio, we are heavily representing in a competition. In the match day 1 at the Wembley Plus Stadium or the Wembley Plus pitch inside East Legon, Guide Radio, out of 2 matches, we managed to draw all 2 games. But we feel we were cheated by the officials on the day. But we'll go again come the 28th day of September 2024 as the 7 Corporate Football League. You have corporate bodies like ALX, Black Volta, Blue Jeans. We have Guide Radio also in the Polo Beach Club, Greenwood, and Front Back are also a part of the Corporate Football League. But tomorrow, we have an exclusive interview here in our studios. Tomorrow on the show, we have an exclusive interview on the show. We have, let me check my calendar, Thursday. So Polo Beach and ALX will be coming up on the show. Polo Beach and ALX will be here in the studios tomorrow evening as we talk more about the 7 Corporate Football Leagues. So Polo Beach and ALX will be coming on the show tomorrow evening. So I'll be talking to Polo Beach and then ALX. So the likes of DJ Shaggy will be passing through, and then we'll get to see what they are made of coming the 28th of September 2024. I'm just praying that Guide Radio will be paired against Polo Beach. We really, really want to play against Polo Beach come the 28th day of September. I tell you what, if you missed the first week of games, try and be at the Wembley Plus pitch inside East Legon. Wembley Plus pitch inside East Legon. Regina, I hope you know the place.
Sure.
You know the place.
Sure.
On the Boundary Road.
Yes.
Just after the East Legon.
I've been at Wembley so many times.
Yes,
so I know where Wembley is.
I think you need to come for scouting. You're a very good scout. You need to come for scouting. I am the head coach of Team Guide Radio.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we are allowed to bring 3 professional players
Oh, okay.
And you should come and see who these
So
three,
who are your professional
my
players?
professional players,
Yes.
come on the 28th, and you're going to be seeing them.
If you have none, then I
Oh, I have fantastic professional, but unfortunately, my professional players have just started their Premier League, so I don't know whether my professional players will get the opportunity to be back for match day 2. The likes of Frank Akutu were part of my team.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I had top players in my team. You see, we are allowed to bring 3 guest players. Do you understand? But my team is a formidable team. And come 28th day of September, we go again for
I'll
match
be there.
day 3. Don't forget, match day 3, 28th September.
Oh, sure.
Come to the East Legon,
Sure.
Wembley
Wembley.
Plus. Yes, come there, and then you are going to be seeing beautiful games. So that when you go out there, maybe you can also talk more about what is happening. It's a beautiful, beautiful corporate football league. You need to be there. It's so fun, and we have the women version as well. Beautiful game of football. Interesting display by all these corporate guys. It's not only about talking behind their consoles and also doing other professional jobs, but these guys were really up to the standards. That's how come a lot of people will be hating on the Black Stars. But you should come on the 28th of September and then come and see the other corporate bodies exhibiting their God-given talent at the Wembley Plus page. But tomorrow, here on the show, GuideSports Xtra, Polo Beach and then ALS will be passing through on the show. Polo Beach and then ALS will be passing through on the show as we talk more about the 7 corporate football league here in our studios. I'm expecting to see DJ Shaggy coming along with the other colleagues from Polo Beach as well as ALX. So do not miss tomorrow's show. It's going to be one interesting one because we're talking more football, and then we'll again also be trying to look into the other stories that will be coming up as we are going to sleep this evening. Definitely there will be other stories coming up from this evening to tomorrow morning. So we will still be getting you all the exclusive on Guy 91.5 FM. Do not change that dial because we are still streaming on our website www.dailyguidenetwork.com. You can join us on our website www.dailyguidenetwork.com, and then you can be enjoying all the programs here in our studios, Guy 91.5 FM. Adokwe the Savage and Nadia Chantel will also be coming up at exactly 9 p.m. with the best sex and relationship talk show in the capital. We call Simmer Down. Simmer Down. Do not change that down because Adokwe the Savage and then Nadia Chantel will also be coming up with Simmer Down. Until then, keep hope alive and